schizophrenia affects only 1% of populations, although many people are predisposed to it but are never exposed to enough stress to exhibit any symptoms. How could cats possibly play a role in something so complicated? Well, as it turns out, one of those potential accelerating parasites can be found in our feline friends. How could cats possibly play a role in something so complicated? Well, as it turns out, one of these potentially accelerating parasites can be found in our feline friends. Toxoplasma gondii, T. gondii for short, is a parasite that lives in raw meat and some garden soils. Cats become infected with it through consuming outdoor prey and then can pass it along to humans through their feces and little boxes. So, does owning a cat make you susceptible to schizophrenia? That's just the thing. Scientists still aren't sure, though some studies have been done. None has been conclusive. The current consensus is that there is a definite correlation between cats and schizophrenia, but it is unlikely that the animals are a causal factor in the development of the disorder. Basically, cats probably don't actually cause someone to develop schizophrenia. The T. gondii found in some cats can cause signs that accelerate premature brain deterioration, but such deterioration can happen only in individuals who are predisposed to schizophrenia. Basically, cats probably don't actually cause someone to develop schizophrenia. The T. gondii found in some cats can cause signs that accelerate premature brain deterioration, but such deterioration can happen only in individuals who are predisposed to schizophrenia.
Disorders having such symptoms as hallucinations, disorganized thinking, withdrawal from reality, or bizarre behavior is produced by premature deterioration of the brain. This deterioration is usually a product of genetic predisposition combined with stress, but it can be accelerated by external diseases or parasites. Schizophrenia affects only 1% of the population, although many people are predisposed to it but are never exposed to enough stress to exhibit any symptoms. How could cats possibly play a role in something so complicated? Well, as it turns out, one of those potentially accelerating parasites can be found in our feline friends. Toxoplasma gondii, T. gondii for short, is a parasite that lives in raw meat and some garden soils. Cats become infected with it through consuming outdoor prey, and then can pass it along to humans through their feces and litter boxes. So, does owning a cat make you susceptible to schizophrenia? That's just the thing. Scientists still aren't sure. Though some studies have been done, none has been conclusive. The current consensus is that there is a definite correlation between cats and schizophrenia, but it is unlikely that the animals are a causal factor in the development of the disorder. Basically, cats probably don't actually cause someone to develop schizophrenia. The T. gondii found in some cats can cause cysts that accelerate premature brain deterioration. But such deterioration can happen only in individuals who are predisposed to schizophrenia.
In the first paragraph, the word bizarre can be best replaced weird, remarkable, disorder. According to the article, how can humans be infected with T. God by eating raw meat? By cat's feces, by consuming outdoor prey. According to the article, what is the direct reason of psychogenous stress, external disease, parasites, cat? Genius stress, external disease, parasites, premature distortion of the brain. Do cats cause schizophrenia? Schizophrenia 精神分裂症 schizophrenia patients chronic schizophrenia 慢性精神分裂症 paranoid schizophrenia 偏执型精神分裂症 have suffered from develop diagnose schizophrenia 诊断出精神分裂症 treat schizophrenia. Do cats cause schizophrenia? Schizophrenia, any of several severe mental disorders having such symptoms as hallucinations, disorganized thinking, withdrawal of reality. Or bizarre behavior is produced by premature deterioration of the brain. Symptom 症状 flu symptoms display exhibit have show suffer from severe 严重的症状 acute chronic acute 急性慢性 chronic 急性慢性症状 sign chronic severe hallucination high temperature can cause hallucination experience have suffer hallucination illusion bizarre weird a bizarre situation a bizarre incident a bizarre story look seems bizarre sound bizarre found something bizarre bizarrely 怪异的反常的副词premature 过早的提前的未成熟的 premature his premature death at the age of 37 early prematurely 过早的提前的副词 deterioration 恶化 a serious deterioration in relations between the two countries deteriorate 恶化变坏退化 deteriorate her health deteriorated rapidly and she died shortly afterwards worsening decline schizophrenia any of several severe mental disorder having such symptoms as hallucinations disorganized thinking withdrawal from reality or bizarre behavior is produced by premature premature deterioration of the brain. Schizophrenia, any of several severe mental disorders having such symptoms as hallucination, disorganized thinking, withdrawal from reality, or bizarre behavior is produced by premature deterioration of the brain. 诸与 schizophrenia 谓语 is produced by 并与 premature deterioration of the brain 插入语中 having 这部分的是名词短语做后置定语修饰 severe mental disorders 其中嵌到 such as 结构其举例作用而 severe 这里表示泛指的几种与后面 such as 举例列举的症状种类对应 any of any of 和的 any 是指代词，则是代词指代 several severe mental disorder 中的任何一种。Schizophrenia, any of several severe mental disorders having such symptoms as hallucination, disorganized thinking, withdrawal from reality, by bizarre behavior is produced by premature deterioration of the brain. This deterioration is usually a product of genetic predisposition combined with stress, but it can be accelerated by external disease or parasites. Predisposition 倾向易患某种病的体质 predisposition a genetic predisposition to liver disease a genetic predisposition to liver disease predisposition towards a predisposition towards alcoholism a predisposition towards alcoholism inclination predisposition parasite in an intestinal parasite carry have parasite pick up parasite pass do something pick up intestinal parasites. This deterioration is usually a product of genetic predisposition combined with stress, but it can be accelerated by external disease or parasite. Schizophrenia affects only 1% of population, although many people are predisposed to it but are never exposed to enough stress to exhibit any symptoms. Schizophrenia affects only 1% of population, although many people are predisposed to it but are never exposed to enough stress to exhibit any symptoms. Predispose 是易患容易诱发 predispose somebody to something. Stress can predispose people to heart attacks. Diabetes predispose patient to infections. Predispose 是倾向于受什么什么的影响，是受什么的影响。Some people are predisposed to criminal behavior. criminal behavior, predisposition, 倾向 predisposition 倾向，素质易染病体质 incline Schizophrenia affects only 1% of the population, although many people are predisposed to it but are never exposed to enough stress to exhibit any symptoms. How could cats possibly play a role in something so complicated? Well, as it turns out, one of those potentially accelerating parasites can be found in our feline friends. Feline 猫科的 She works with feline grace. Feline 猫科动物的 Canine 狗犬科的肺科的 Canine tooth. Canine How could cats possibly play a role in something so complicated? Well, as it turns out, one of these potentially accelerating parasites can be found in our feline friends. Toxoplasma gaudi, T. gaudi for short, is a parasite that lives in raw meat and some garden soils. Cats become infected with it through consuming outdoor prey and then can pass it along to humans through their feces and litter boxes. In fact, 是携带病菌污染是致病。Be infected with something. Eggs infected with salmonella. Contamination, infect, 感染传染 It is not possible to infect another person through kissing. People infect with HIV. People infect with HIV. Infection, consume. Before he died, he had consumed a large quantity of alcohol. Before he died, he had consumed a large quantity of alcohol. Before he died, he had consumed a large quantity of alcohol. Eat, drink, consume, 吃喝。Consume 消耗消费 A smaller vehicle will consume less fuel. Consumer 消费者 Consumption 消费消耗。Prey 捕食猎物用法 A tiger stalking its prey. Stalking his prey. Predator 捕食动物 Birds of prey. Beasts of prey. Consume 吃喝消费消耗 Infect Contaminate Toxoplasma gaudi, T. gaudi for short, is a parasite that lives in raw meat and some garden soils. Cats become infected with it through consuming outdoor prey and then can pass it along to humans through their feces and litter boxes. So does owning a cat make you susceptible to schizophrenia? Susceptible to somebody something. Old people are more susceptible to infections. Old people are more susceptible to infections. Sensitive. sensitive 近义词 susceptible. So does owning a cat make you susceptible to schizophrenia? That's just the thing. Scientists still aren't sure. Though some studies have been done, none has been conclusive. The current consensus is that there is a definite correlation between cats and schizophrenia, but it is unlikely that the animals are a causal fact in the development of the disorder. Consensus 一致的意见共识 consensus about something on something consensus that she is skilled at achieving consensus on sensitive issues. She is skilled at achieving consensus on sensitive issues. That there is a consensus among teachers that children should have a broad understanding of the world. Agreement. Correlation 相互关系，相关关联。Correlation between A and B. Correlation of A with B. Correlation with somebody. There is a direct correlation between exposure to sun and skin cancer. There is also some correlation with social class. The correlation of social power with wealth. The correlation of social power with wealth. Link, relation, connection. Correlate 相关，相互关联，影响。Correlation Consensus. The current consensus is that there is a definite correlation between cats and schizophrenia, but it is unlikely that the animals are a causal factor. Causal factor in development of the disorder. Basically, cats probably don't actually cause someone to develop schizophrenia. The T. Gaudy found in some cats can cause cysts that accelerate premature brain deterioration. But such deterioration can happen only in individuals who are predisposed to schizophrenia. Cyst 囊肿. He had a minor operation to remove a cyst. Cyst 与囊肿有关的。The T. Gaudy found in some cats can cause cysts that accelerate premature brain deterioration. But such deterioration can happen only in individuals who are predisposed to schizophrenia. 主语的 T. Gaudy 谓语 can cause 宾语是 cyst found in some cats 是过去分词，做后置定语修饰主语，而宾语 cyst 后接的是由 that 引导的限制性定语从句。That 引导词充当主句指代 cyst, but 表示转折而来的两个句子。第二个句子中主语是 such deterioration, 谓语 can happen only in schizophrenia 是状语成分，补充说明 happen 发生的情况，范围对象。Who are schizophrenia 是 who 引导的定语从句，修饰先行词 individuals。The T. Gaudy found in some cats can cause cysts that accelerate premature brain deterioration, but such deterioration can happen only in individuals who are predisposed to schizophrenia. This deterioration is a product of genetic predisposition combined with stress. This deterioration is a product of genetic predisposition combined with stress. Toxoplasma gondii, T. gondii for short, is a parasite that lives in raw meat and some garden soils. Cats are infected with it through consuming outdoor prey and can pass it to humans through their feces and litter boxes. Product. Pass it. And later. This deterioration is a product of
This deterioration is a product of genetic predisposition combined with stress.
This deterioration is a product of genetic predisposition combined with stress.
Toxoplasma gondii, T. gondii for short, is a parasite that lives in raw meat and some garden soils.
Toxoplasma gondii, T. gondii for short, is a parasite that lives in raw meat and some garden soils. Cats are infected with it through consuming outdoor prey and can pass it to humans through their feces and litter boxes.
Cats are infected with it through consuming outdoor prey and can pass it to humans through their feces and litter boxes.
Cats are infected with it through consuming outdoor prey and can pass it to humans through their feces and litter boxes.